This week on Xbox, we've not just got a bunch of great individual games on offer, but a whole darn bunch of bundles to tempt you with as well. So without any further delay, let's start unpacking some of these wonderful deals. And speaking of all things wonderful, this video is brought to you by WB Games and Multiversus.
Why don't we start off with the Ubisoft sale, where we've got a trio of Assassin's Creed games to help you make your enemies thrice as dead as normal: Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. Each of these acclaimed stealth action games takes us to another iconic era in history, from the pyramids of ancient Egypt to stoic warriors of Sparta, and back to dear old Blighty, where a bunch of guys with longboats and sharp axes have decided to stay a while. All three chapters present players with a different set of weapons to master, characters to befriend, and bad guys to, well, you know. I mean, you didn't buy non-violent conflict resolution managers, Creed, now did you? Thanks to the recent next-gen updates, which Origins and Odyssey received, all three games now look good enough to die for in stunning 60 FPS on Xbox Series X and S. You can check out Origins now on Xbox Game Pass, or grab all three in a handy bundle, which is now 70% off.
And that, Henry, is not the only one of Ubisoft's flagship series which has a collection on offer this week. The Far Cry Anthology bundle is just brimming with vast open worlds for you to explore and suspiciously charming authoritarians for you to topple. Battle a pirate king in Far Cry 3, then an actual king in Far Cry 4. Try to take down a doomsday cult in Far Cry 5, which, by the way, is currently available on Xbox Game Pass, in case you hadn't heard. And then bring freedom to the people of Yara in Far Cry 6. They're all fine and noble quests, although that last one does look especially sublime in 4K Ultra HD on Xbox Series X, might I add. Each one is a sprawling adventure set in a distinct and dynamic location, so the chance to pick all four games up in one tidy 67% off bundle is, I promise you, not to be missed.
Next up, we've got another one of Ubisoft's crown jewels, Beyond Good and Evil HD. For a lot of people, Beyond Good and Evil will likely be one of the best games they've never played. This third-person adventure is a cult classic, which regularly makes its way onto greatest of all-time lists thanks to its distinctive sci-fi world, complex conspiracy-laden plot, and deeply lovable cast of characters. Playing as an investigative reporter named Jade, it's up to you to find out what's behind the recent alien invasion and why the authorities seem so unable to do anything about it. And the more that you find out, the more sinister things get. It's an all-timer which fans have been crying out for a sequel for, and the good news is that Ubisoft is continuing to quietly work on one. But until that makes its way into our orbit, you can enjoy the incredible original for 70% off.
Next up, we've got another bundle, this one containing two of the foulest and funniest games you'll find anywhere on Xbox. I am talking about South Park, The Stick of Truth, and The Fractured But Whole. Each of these obscene RPGs drops you down into that quiet little mountain town, down as a new kid who quickly gets caught up in Cartman and Co.'s misadventures. Alien abductions, elf attacks, cat theft, hand puppet mayors, mutated clones, and Morgan Freeman, of course. It's all par for the course when you're in the wonderful world of South Park. Coming straight from Matt Stone and Trey Parker, both games look and sound exactly like the show, and they're liable to make you laugh just about as much as well. And since the double bundle is now at 67% off, you could consider this a particularly cheap joke.
And if you're looking for an American mountain experience that's every bit as radical, but not quite so obscene, Riders Republic is here for you. Set in an open-world, extreme sports paradise inspired by America's national parks, Riders Republic lets you ski, board, bike, and glide to your heart's content across a sprawling map filled with stunning scenery that looks even better in 4K 60 on the Xbox Series X. Really helps you pick out all the fine details on that tree that you're about to crash into. Pick up Riders Republic now and you'll be just in time to enjoy a nice summer break, with the game's third season bringing all sorts of sun-dappled events for you to risk your life on. And with the game now 60% off, it makes for a very reasonably priced vacation.
Henry, they say a stranger is just a friend you haven't met yet, but in Watch Dogs Legion, that's not true. They're not just a friend, they're a comrade. In this wild open-world game, London has been turned into a police state by a shady private military organisation. Typical. To fight back effectively, you're going to need a whole lot of help, but fortunately, your hiring standards really aren't all that high. Whether they're an espionage agent, a construction worker, or just some random old lady, literally anyone you walk past in the street can become a part of the resistance. With so many characters to flip between, it would be easy to lose your sense of identity, so at least Xbox Series X and S players can take advantage of those ray trace reflections to take a quick peek in the mirror. Watch Dogs Legions is now 70% off, while Game Pass members can also get their hacktivist kicks by checking out the recently added Watch Dogs 2.
Going beyond the borders of the Ubisoft sale, Tropico 6 takes us to another place that's filled with political strife, although with decidedly better weather. In this management sim, you play as El Presidente as they try to stay in command of a tropical island nation during a particularly tumultuous time in its history. Outline your glorious plans for this proud country by giving rousing political speeches, and then try to do at least some of the stuff you said, I guess? To keep morale high, you can also send operatives out to other countries to steal their monuments. I mean, sure, the Eiffel Tower looks pretty good in Paris, but your garden really is calling out for a new feature. However you decide to use and abuse your power, you'll be able to do so in style with the next-gen edition of Tropico 6 bringing native 4K resolution to consoles for the first time in the series' history. It's now had a massive 40% slashed off its price, while Xbox and PC Game Pass members will also find the base game just waiting to enact their Machiavellian designs.
On the surface, Union City really seems to have it all. A glitzy futuristic style, android butlers, total security, and a benevolent AI to keep things ticking over. But scratch the surface of Beyond a Steel Sky just a wee tiny bit, and you're gonna find something a whole lot darker. This cyberpunk thriller sees your character journeying to the big city to try and track down a missing child. Along the way, you'll have the opportunity to speak to people from all walks of life, each with their own unique character motivations. Work out how to use those to your advantage, and you might just be able to complete your mission. Beyond a Steel Sky tells the sort of twisting tale that is a joy to get lost in, and it's now even more of a joy with 40% off the bargain too.
If you ever worry that we've entered into the darkest timeline, then why not pick up Wolfenstein's Alt History Collection? That'll quickly set you straight. Because in this alternate version of reality, things really have gone sour. The Nazis won the Second World War and went on to take over basically the rest of the globe. Across the 4 Wolfenstein titles included in this collection, you'll get to bash fascists across 4 different decades, taking the fight from the front lines of the war all the way to 80s Paris. In the process, you'll get to learn not only the full story of the legendary Medjay Blaskowicz, but also his daughters Zofia and Jessie, who, as it turns out, really take after their father. All 4 titles are available on Xbox Game Pass, and you can also pick up the full Alt History Collection for 67% off this week.
Last up, we've got an especially stabby double act, if you don't mind me saying. It is, of course, Dishonored 2 and Death of the Outsider. Both of these games take us to the steampunk city of Karnaca, where danger abounds, and there's plenty of ways to deal with it. You can rely on classical weapons like pistols or your blades, or use your supernatural powers to terrorize your enemies. Or you can actually decide that violence isn't the answer and try to go about things a little bit more peacefully. But both games are also going to throw a whole lot of folks at you whose outlook isn't quite so pacifistic, so you should probably have a plan B ready just in case. Either way, you're getting to enjoy 2 incredible dark fantasy games for 80% off the sticker price, while you can also find the whole Dishonored series, yes, I said the whole Dishonored series, on Xbox Game Pass.
If you're looking to pick up a really good bundle, or even a whole bundle of bundles, then look no further than this week's sale. Oh, and this video was brought to you by Multiverses, the free-to-play platform fighter that lets you team up with iconic characters like Batman, Arya Stark, Shaggy, Bugs Bunny. I mean, all your favorites are here as you fight to save the multiverse. Pair up your favorites in Multiverses 2v2 mode and find which dynamic duo works best for you. Multiverses supports crossplay and cross-progression across its available platforms, and with even more characters, maps, modes, and cosmetics coming over the following months, you'll want to get in on the ground floor now. Multiverses is free to play now.
Computer, strange energy signature detected. What's my location?
Hey, dude! What's going on here?
Where am I? What's up, Doc?
Look out!
Hey! Yeah.
Drop into the comments to let us know if anything caught your eye, and hit subscribe to stay on top of all of the latest Xbox info. Bye!